Welcome to Wonder Garden channel. Many people who are new to growing orchids often come to me and share that after the last flowers fade and fall, their orchids begin to weaken, develop wilted leaves, and gradually lose healthy roots, becoming weaker and weaker. Even though they try to take very good care of the plant and use various types of fertilizers, its condition does not improve and may even become worse. That is why, in today's video, I will show you how to repot a weakened Phalaenopsis orchid using a very simple method. The ingredients I use are also very familiar, easy to find, and most of them are already available at home. By following each step correctly and caring for the plant patiently, the orchid will have a chance to develop new roots, recover healthy leaves, and gradually regain its vitality. Stay until the end of the video to see how this orchid changes. And don't forget to subscribe to Wonder Garden so you don't miss the next useful orchid care and recovery tips. For Phalaenopsis orchids that have finished flowering and begun to weaken, the first thing I will do is gently remove the plant from its old pot. Next, carefully remove all of the old moss surrounding the root system so that we can clearly inspect its condition. Moss has excellent moisture-retaining properties, but if it becomes compacted or remains constantly wet, the roots will lack sufficient airflow, increasing the risk of waterlogging and root rot. This is also one of the most common causes of orchid decline and death. While removing the moss, work very gently to avoid damaging the healthy roots that remain. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. Once all of the moss has been removed, we can easily identify which roots are healthy and which roots are dry, rotten, or damaged. At this point, prepare a sharp, thoroughly cleaned pair of scissors, then carefully inspect the entire root system. Any roots that are hollow and dry, dark brown or black, or soft and mushy from rot need to be completely removed. Cut back to the firm and healthy tissue, while trying to preserve as many green or silvery gray roots that are still firm and healthy as possible. Removing the damaged roots helps us clean the root system and limit the spread of rot. After trimming and removing all damaged roots, we will rinse the plant thoroughly under running water. Allow the gentle stream of water to flow over the entire base and root system to remove pieces of moss, dirt, and damaged tissue that remain. While rinsing, you can gently clean between the roots with your fingers, but avoid scrubbing or pulling too hard, as this could damage the remaining healthy roots. After rinsing, I will continue soaking the plant in water for about 20 minutes so that it can absorb enough water. Next, to treat the plant before repotting, I will prepare about 500 milliliters of hot water. first ingredient I will use is turmeric powder. Turmeric contains curcumin, a natural compound known for its antioxidant properties and antimicrobial and antifungal activity in laboratory studies. I will add about 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder to 500 milliliters of hot water. Then stir thoroughly so that the turmeric disperses throughout the water. Next, cover the solution and allow it to steep until it has cooled completely. The second ingredient I will use is white rice. Rice consists mainly of starch and also contains small amounts of B vitamins and minerals such as phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium. When rice is soaked in water, some soluble compounds can be released into the water, allowing us to use it as a mild supplemental solution during the plant's recovery stage. I will use about 3 tablespoons of white rice. Then add 500 milliliters of clean water. Stir thoroughly so that the water comes into contact with all of the rice grains, then cover the container and allow it to soak for some time so that some of the soluble compounds from the rice can be released into the water. After about 20 minutes, when the turmeric solution has completely cooled, I will use a strainer or clean filter cloth to filter out all of the turmeric powder, keeping only the liquid underneath. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Next, I will use a piece of soft cotton to gently soak up the turmeric water. Then carefully wipe both sides of each orchid leaf. Wiping the leaves helps remove dust and clean the leaf surface while we are working to restore the plant. The turmeric solution will help clean the surface and remove fungi and harmful insects when they are present on the leaves. Pay particular attention to not allowing the solution to run into or accumulate in the leaf axils or crown, because prolonged moisture accumulation in these areas can increase the risk of rot. After wiping the leaves, I will filter the rice water to remove all rice grains and remaining residue. Next, I will pour the filtered rice water into the remaining turmeric solution. The rice water provides a small amount of soluble compounds from the rice, while the turmeric water is used as part of the plant treatment. Now, I will gently place the entire base and root system of the orchid into the freshly prepared rice and turmeric solution. Only allow the roots and lower part of the base to come into contact with the solution. Avoid soaking the leaves, and especially make sure that water does not accumulate in the crown or leaf axils. I will soak the plant for about 10 minutes so that the solution can evenly contact the root system and the areas that were recently trimmed. After soaking for the required amount of time, I will remove the plant and place it in a clean, well-ventilated area to drain, allowing the cut areas to dry slightly before planting the orchid in fresh-growing medium the following day. After one day, I will repot this orchid. Today I will use a clear plastic pot like this one, which allows you to easily observe the condition of the roots and the moisture level inside. The growing medium I have chosen is still pine bark, a common material that is very suitable for orchids because of its good aeration and drainage properties. However, you need to pay special attention to treating the pine bark before planting. You can blanch it with boiling water to help remove fungi and bacteria, or soak it in lime water for about 24 hours. First, place a layer of pine bark at the bottom of the pot to create an airy base for the roots. Next, place the orchid in the center of the pot and gently adjust it so that the base of the plant is just level with the surface of the pot and is not buried too deeply. Then add more pine bark around the roots, gently filling the gaps between the roots with your fingers. This helps secure the plant and keep it upright without damaging the roots. Work slowly and carefully, avoiding compacting the growing medium too tightly, so that the roots have enough space to grow and breathe properly. To help the plant remain upright and develop more stably, use a small metal or bamboo stake and place it close to the base of the orchid. Then, use soft string to gently secure the base of the plant to the support stake. Do not tie it too tightly, as this could damage the stem or roots. This method helps keep the plant upright and prevents it from leaning or falling over while new roots are developing and becoming established in the growing medium. Finally, cover the surface of the pot with a thin layer of moss. This layer of moss will help retain moisture in the growing medium, reduce excessive evaporation, and create a soft and breathable environment for new roots to develop. However, only use a very thin layer. Avoid covering the entire surface of the pot with moss, as this can restrict airflow, reduce oxygen around the roots, and increase the risk of root rot. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. After repotting, from now on, I will continue watering this Phalaenopsis orchid with the prepared solution once every 2 weeks. When the plant receives an appropriate amount of nutrients while maintaining suitable moisture, light, and airflow, it will gradually stabilize and recover. Results after 2 months. After about 2 months of care, the orchid has undergone very noticeable changes. You can see many new root tips beginning to appear, with the root system gradually becoming healthier and continuing to develop. The leaves have also become firmer, greener, and glossier, showing that the plant is gradually stabilizing after the recovery process. This demonstrates that when we properly remove damaged parts, provide a well-ventilated growing environment, and care for the plant with appropriate amounts of water and nutrients, even a weakened orchid can have a chance to develop a healthy root system again. These are some orchids that I previously treated using a similar method. As you can see, the bases have stabilized and many healthy new roots have developed. With continued patient care, once the plant becomes mature enough and receives suitable conditions, a new flower spike will gradually emerge from the leaf axil. Then the flower buds will grow day by day, allowing us once again to enjoy beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid flowers blooming again. What do you think about today's method for recovering and repotting a Phalaenopsis orchid? With just a little patience and proper care, even orchids that seem to have become severely weakened can still have a chance to develop new roots, regain healthy growth, and bloom again. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share the video with other orchid lovers, and leave a comment below to share your results. And don't forget to subscribe to Wonder Garden so you don't miss the next useful orchid care and recovery tips. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.